Hi class. So today we will be discussing about dun sa natitirang three basic rules no ng derivatives, which is yung product rule, quotient rule, and chain rule. Okay? So dun naman tayo sa product rule. So, saan and kailan nga ba ginagamit tong product rule? So let's say meron ka nito. So derivative daw nung 5x plus 2 times x squared minus 8. Okay? So basically yung product rule ginagamit siya kapag may products. Yan. Dito kasi may dalawang factors, di ba? So pag sinabing product, may kinalaman sa multiplication. And so magka-multiply silang dalawa. Okay? May polynomial na naka-multiply sa isa pang polynomial. Okay? And then sa product rule, meron tayong ginagamit na formula. So ito, kailangan nyo itong tandaan. V du plus u dv. Okay? So ano nga ba yan? Ganito kasi yan. So, sa product rule, yung unang factor mo, yun palagi yung u. Tapos yung pangalawang factor, yun lagi yung v. Okay? So kung ililista natin yon, magiging u is equal to 5x plus 2. Tapos yung v would be yung pangalawang factor, x squared minus 8. Okay? So laging ganun sa product rule. Unang factor yung u, pangalawang factor yung v. Tapos, yan. At ano naman tong du tsaka dv? Okay? So yung du tsaka dv, ang du, yung d stands for derivative. So ibig sabihin, kukunin mo lang yung derivative netong u. So anong derivative neto? 5x, derivative nun is 5, di ba? Kasi itong 2 naman, constant, so 0 na. Kaya 5 na lang tira. So yung v naman, derivative ng x squared minus 8. So yung x squared muna, derivative ng x squared is 2x. Tapos yung minus 8, constant siya, so derivative is 0. Yan. So ngayon, na-identify na natin yung u, v, du, and dv, which is yung mga kailangan sa formula natin. So kung ipa-plug in na natin sa formula, v du plus u dv. So ano yung v? Yung x squared minus 8. Times du naman, ang du natin is 5. Plus, yung u naman, itong 5x plus 2. Tapos yung dv naman, itong 2x. And of course, kailangan natin simplify, no? So, ang mangyayari lang dito, mag-distribute. So, dito muna tayo. So, x squared times 5, 5x squared. Negative 8 times 5 would be negative 40. Plus, ito naman, 5x. Distribute din, 5x times 2x, magiging 10x squared. And then 2 times 2x, magiging 4x. Tapos, we have to combine like terms, no? So, ito dalawang x squared. So, 5 plus 10 would be 15x squared. Yan, copy na lang. Plus 4x minus 40. Ayan. So, yun yung final answer natin. So, ganun lang yung ginagawa sa product rule. Identify yung u tsaka v. Hanapin yung du. Itong apat na to, uv, du, dv. Plug in sa formula. And then simplify. Okay? Let's have another example. Okay, so ito naman, x squared plus 4x minus 1 times 5x plus 2. Okay? So, paano natin kukunin yung derivative niyan? So, ganun pa rin. Identify mo tong apat na to, uv, du, dv. So, ang u muna natin, again, yung u, yun yung unang factor, which is itong x squared plus 4x minus 1. Tapos, yung v naman, yung pangalawang factor, which is yung 5x plus 2. Tapos, du, again, means derivative ng u. So, derivative na itong trinomial na ito. So, derivative ng x squared would be 2x. Derivative ng 4x would be 4. Then, yung 1, 0 na lang. Tapos, yung dv naman, so, derivative na ito would be just 5. And then, let's plug in dun sa formula natin. Again, v du plus u dv. So, ang v natin would be yung 5x plus 2. And then, du would be 2x plus 4. Ang u naman natin would be yung x squared plus 4x minus 1. And then, yung dv would be 5. Okay, so ni-plug in na natin yung mga nakuha nating values. Now, we simplify. So, in this case, and binomial times binomial, so, FOIL method tayo dyan, no? So, ang 5x times 2x would be 10x squared. Ang 5x times 4 naman would be 20x. 2 times 2x, 4x. 2 times 4 would be 8. And then ito, mag-distribute lang by 5, no? So, magiging 5x squared plus 20x minus 5. Now, let's combine like terms. So, dun muna sa mga squared. So, meron tayong 10 tsaka 5. So, magiging 15x squared. So, yung mga x naman, ah, 20 plus 4 plus 20. So, 44x. And lastly naman yung constants, 8 tsaka minus 5 would be plus 3. So, yan. Ito yung final answer. Okay? So, yan. Ganun yung paano mag-solve gamit product rule. Okay? So, yan. Squared. 5 lang. 10x squared plus 44x plus 3. Okay? So, ngayon naman, let's proceed dun sa second one, which is yung tinatawag na quotient rule. Okay? So, kanina, product rule, nga naman, quotient rule. So, saan naman ginagamit yung quotient rule? So, let's say ito yung function natin. Pinapahanap yung derivative nito. 3x all over 1 minus 4x squared. So, ano napansin nyo? Naka-fraction siya, no? Or rather, tawag dito is rational functions. So, yun. Doon ginagamit yung quotient rule kapag naka-fraction or rational functions. Okay? And then, meron naman tayong hiwalay na formula para doon. Sa quotient rule naman, ito yung formula. V du minus u dv all over v squared. So, ito yung formula for quotient rule. Actually, kung papansin nyo, kamukha lang halos nung sa product rule. Naging minus lang to, tapos nagka-v squared sa ilalim. No? Tapos, dito naman sa quotient rule, paano naman yung pagpili ng u and v? So, ganito lagi. Yung numerator, yun lagi yung u. And then yung denominator, yun yung v. Okay? So, kung ililista natin, magiging u is equal to 3x, yung taas, di ba? So, yung v naman yung baba, 1 minus 4x squared. And then, we also have to get their corresponding derivatives tulad kanina, no? So, ang du, or derivative ni u, would be, derivative ni 3x is 3. Tapos itong dv naman, derivative nito would be minus 8x. And then, plug in na natin sa formula. Again, ang formula is v du minus u dv over v squared. So, ang v natin would be 1 minus 4x squared times du. Ang du natin is 3 minus yung u natin is 3x. Then dv is negative 8x. All over yung v squared. So, yung v natin is 1 minus 4x squared. Tapos isa-squared mo pa. So, simplify din natin. So, ito, madidistribute lang sa 3, no? So, magiging 3 minus negative 4x squared times 3, 12x squared. And then this would be plus 24x squared, no? All over. Now, itong denominator, as is na lang siya. Hindi na natin kailangan i-expand. Kasi wala din naman mangyayari. So, copy lang natin. 1 minus 4x squared. Yan. So, ganun siya palagi. Yung denominator, hindi natin ginagalaw. Ngayon, ang simplify na lang natin itong dalawa kasi like terms sila, parehong x squared. So, negative 12 plus 24, so magiging 3 plus 12x squared. All over, copy lang yung denominator, 1 minus 4x squared, squared. Okay? So, this is the final answer. Okay, let's try another example. Okay, so similarly, yan, ganun pa rin. So, ano ulit yun? Sa quotient rule, denominator is, yung numerator is yung u, which is x plus 7. Tapos yung v naman yung baba, or yung denominator, yung 2x squared minus 1. Now, kunin din natin yung du tsaka dv. So, ang derivative ng u, 1 lang, no? So, derivative ni v, 4x. And then, we again plug in dun sa formula natin ng quotient rule. So, ang v would be 2x squared minus 1 times du would be 1 minus yung u would be x plus 7 and then yung dv would be 4x all over yung v natin is squared, so 2x squared minus 1 squared. So ito, nakamultiply naman sa 1, so walang bumabago. 2x squared minus 1 minus. Okay, so dito sa part na to, ayan, kailangan natin maging careful. Kasi, yan, didistribute natin to, di ba? Pero, kailangan mo muna lagyan ng parenthesis. So, yan, pag didistribute natin yan, x times 4x would be 4x squared. Kasi 7 times 4x naman, 28x. All over, copy yung denominator. Okay? So, bakit nga ba natin nilagyan ng parenthesis dun sa part na yan? Kasi ganito, negative sign kasi yung nasa unahan niya eh. So, ang mangyayari dyan, madidistribute mo siya. Or in short, mag-change sign tong mga nasa loob ng parenthesis. Yan. Kasi tignan nyo if hindi natin nilagyan ng parenthesis. So, magiging negative 4x squared. Ang mangyayari, ang nagagawa ng iba dyan, nagiging plus 28x. Na-ignore nila itong pag-distribute ng minus. Pero in reality, kung titignan mo to, pag na-distribute na yung minus sign, magiging minus 4x squared minus 28x. Yan. So, kita nyo yung difference. Yan. Naiba dun sa second term. Yan. So, dapat careful tayo dyan. Okay? Yung kapag after nung nag-distribute ka pa after nung minus sign, yan. Huwag kalimutan i-distribute yung negative. Okay? And then, ayan, madi-distribute. So, magiging minus 4x squared minus 28x na siya. Over 2x squared minus 1 squared. Tapos, ang gawin lang natin, combine like terms. So, 2x squared minus 4x squared would be minus 2x squared minus 28x minus 1. So, all over yung denominator. Copy lang. Yan. So, this would be our final answer. Okay? So, ganun lang yung quotient rule. Yung procedure, very similar naman sa product rule, na iba lang sa formula. Now, last, let's proceed dun sa chain rule naman na tinatawag. Okay? So, saan nga ba, tuwing kailan nga bang ginagamit yung chain rule? So, let's say ito yung function natin. Pinapakuha yung derivative ng 2x plus 5 raised to 4. So, anong meron dito? Ngayon, yung chain rule, ginagamit siya kapag yung polynomials is naka-exponent. Pag sabi polynomial, maraming terms. Ayan, may exponent na maraming terms. Tapos naka-parenthesis. Okay, so chain rule, yung ginagawa doon. Ngayon, paano yung chain rule? Ayan, actually, meron siyang formula, pero for me, hindi na yung formula tinatandaan ko, yung way kung paano. Sa chain rule kasi, meron 4 steps. Okay? So, yung unang step, multiply mo yung 4 dun sa coefficient dito. Kasi di ba may 1 talaga dyan. Yan. So, magiging 4 times 1. So, 4. So, yun yung unang step, multiply. And the second step is copy, yung nasa loob ng parentheses, which is 2x plus 5. Yung second step is copy. Yung pangatlong step, bawasan ng isa yung exponent. So, yung 4, magiging 3 na lang dito. And then yung last step is multiply sa derivative nung nasa loob ng parentheses. So, ang derivative ng 2x plus 5? 2. So, ito siya. Yun yung steps. Again, paano yung steps? May 4 na steps. Unang step, multiply. Kaya naging 4. So, yung pangalawang step, and kopyahin yung nasa loob ng parentheses. So, yung pangatlong step, bawasan ng isang exponent. And then yung last and pang-apat na step, kunin yung derivative nung nasa loob ng parentheses. So, ang derivative ng 2x plus 5 is 2. Okay? And then, dito sa part na to, may constant multiple na 4 and 2. So, pwede natin ipag-multiply. So, maging 8 times 2x plus 5 cubed. So, ito na yung pinaka-simplified na answer. Ay, hindi natin kailangan expand yung cube. Okay, so as is, ganyan na lang siya. So, ganun. Yun yung 4 steps ng chain rule. Okay? So, yan. More examples tayo. Yan. So, ito naman. Ayan, medyo umaba na, no? So, yan. Obviously, chain rule gagamitin natin dyan. Kasi nga, yung polynomials, naka-exponent. So, ang maging y prime natin would be, ano ulit yung 4 steps? Multiply, yung 7 tsaka 3. So, maging 21. Kaya yung next step, yung pangalawa is copy. Yung nasa loob ng parentheses. Pangatlong step is bawasan ng isa exponent. So, yung cube, maging squared na lang. And then yung last and fourth step is kukunin yung derivative na nasa loob ng parentheses. Diba? So, maging 6x squared plus 4x. Okay? So, ngayon, para mas ma-simplify, pwede natin i-distribute yung 21 dun sa 6x squared plus 4x. Okay? So, bakit natin pwede gawin yun? Kasi wala naman siyang exponent eh. Or 1 lang yung exponent niya. No? Hindi natin pwede i-distribute dito sa naka-squared. Kasi illegal yun. Okay? Madi-distribute lang natin siya kapag ganyan. Okay? So, distribute natin. So, yung 21 times 6x squared would be 126x squared. So, yung 21 times 4x naman would be 84x. And then, copy lang natin tong 2x cubed plus 2x squared plus 5 squared. And again, hindi natin kailangan na-expand yung squared. And so, kahit hanggang dyan na lang. So, yun na yung answer. So, remember, katulad lang din sa power rule, di ba? We can convert from radical to exponential form. Di ba? So, konting review lang. Ano ulit sabi ko nun, di ba? Yung radical to exponential. So, ano ulit sabi ko? Ang palatandaan ko dyan is yung square root of x. Ang square root of x from radical to exponential is x raised to 1/2. So, paano naging 1/2 yan? Kasi nga, di ba, yung square root of x, square root. So, parang may 2 dyan. And then x. Kasi diba, yung x, may exponent na 1 na hindi rin natin nilalagay. So, ito yung totoong itsura ng square root of x. May 2 tsaka 1. Ngayon, kapag mag-convert ka, ang mangyayari, yung exponent is yung numerator, tapos yung root is yung denominator. Okay? So, again, exponent yun yung taas, yung root yun yung baba. So, kung, let's say, meron kang 4th root of x cubed. So, sa exponential, maging x raised to 3/4 yan. Diba? Exponent, yun yung taas. Root, yun yung baba. Okay? So, ganun din ang gagawin natin dito actually. Para, bago tayo mag-chain rule, kailangan mo natin i-convert to exponential form. So, mangyari, derivative. So, ito, di ba, ito kasi square root yan. So, parang may 2 dyan na hindi natin nilalagay. So, mangyari lang, magiging 7x plus 8 raised to 3 over 2. Okay? Saka natin i-apply yung chain rule. So, ang 3, ano ulit, first step chain rule, multiply, so maging 3 squared. Second step, copy lang yung 7x plus 8. And then, bawasan ng isa, yung exponent. So, ano ba yung 3 over 2 minus 1? So, 3 over 2 minus 1 is just 1 half. Diba? And then, last step, derivative na sa loob. So, derivative ng 7x plus 8 is just 7. So, pwede natin pag-multiply yung 3 over 2 tsaka 7. That would be 21 over 2 times 7x plus 8 raised to 1 half. Or, remember, yung answers natin is pwedeng maging radical or exponential form. Ito exponential form to kasi may exponent na 1 half. So, pwede rin natin i-write as radical form. Ang radical form niya naman would be square root of 7x plus 8. Kasi diba yung raised to 1 half equal sa square root. Yan. So, ito yung dalawang possible answers. Yung exponential and radical form niya. Okay? So, ang gagawin natin dito, ayan. So, yung 10 dyan is just a constant multiple. So, again, pag may nakita kayong radical, convert lang natin to exponential. So, ito, magiging derivative ng 10 times 8 plus 3x raised to 2/5. Kasi remember, ayan, exponent, yun yung numerator, root, yun yung denominator. Okay? So, kunin natin yung derivative. So, first step, multiply 10 times 2/5. That would be 4. And then, copy. Tapos, yung 2/5, bawasan na isa. So, 2/5 minus 1. So, magiging 2/5 minus 5 over 5, no? So, 2 minus 5 is negative 3/5. Then, last step, derivative ng loob. So, derivative na 8 plus 3x would be 3. And then, pwede natin pag-multiply yung 4 tsaka 3. So, magiging 12 times 8 plus 3x raised to negative 3/5. Pero remember, itong negative exponent, di ba, hindi natin iniiwan as ganyan lang. Kailangan natin gawing positive. Paano? Ibababa natin. Remember, yung x raised to negative 2, equal siya sa 1 over x squared. So, kapag binaba mo siya, nawawala na yung negative sign. So, ganun din gawin natin. Ibababa natin yung buong 8 plus 3x sa denominator. So, magiging 12 over 8 plus 3x raised to positive 3/5 na. Or, again, similar sa previous example, pwede nating ibigay yung either radical or exponential. Yan. Actually, hindi nyo naman kailangan ibigay both. Yan. Isa lang doon. Pero pinapakita ko lang. So, magiging 12 over. So, ang 3 over 5 magiging 5th root of 8 plus 3x cubed. Yan. So, itong dalawa yung answers. Okay, so basically that's how to solve the derivative gamit chain rule. And as long as the product rule and quotient rule. Okay, so that's all. And I hope marami kayong tutunan for this topic.